Hello, it's Momo, and today I'm having a mildly stressful day today, and so I thought I'd bring you guys along. I actually have 2 tests that are due tomorrow, which is chemistry and math, which are both my least favorite subjects. Actually, physics is the worst, but other than that, those 2 come pretty close, and I have not studied for it yet, which is kind of insane, so I thought we would try to get through it today. So yeah, if you also have work to do, assignments, maybe a test, or cleaning, if there's just anything that you need to get through today that you don't want to do, let's just get through it together. I thought it'd be kind of fun. It's currently 10 a.m, so until lunch I'm going to work on my math. I basically have a section in my workbook that I have to do. I'm supposed to write it down on a notebook and submit it as an assignment, but I already finished that, which is good. Now I just have to go through it over and over again so I can solve it on my own, and then hopefully I'd be able to do the test. But yeah, we'll get right into it and then we'll see from there.
You didn't know back then what you've been knowing now. Black lines and dominoes, pushing each other down. When all the games run through, with all the players set, I'll still be here with you. Are we big winners yet? I'm reaching for reset.
I did work on math for a little bit, but then I was like, okay, well, 30 more minutes and then it's lunch anyways, might as well take a break. And then I ate lunch, it was good, and then I was like, well, I just ate lunch, I'll give myself a 30-minute break just to, let my stomach digest. And then I was scrolling on TikTok and then I saw somebody playing the guitar and I was like, I have a guitar too, I want to play. And so I did. I tried to learn Heather by Conan Gray and now my fingers really hurt, but I ended up playing for a while and now it's 2:30. I started at 10 and then I think I worked on it for like 30-40 minutes. That's like over almost 4 hours of not doing anything. Okay, we're not going to the park today. We can't go to the park today. We can't do anything else today, actually. Now we have to actually lock in. No, I thought that if I had filmed and if you guys were here with me, I wouldn't have procrastinated like I usually do. But I did anyways, and now it's like the test is tomorrow. And I still haven't done that much. Okay, well, I'll see you guys later, but now I really have to log in. I really have to log in. Guys, I fell asleep. Oh no, because now it's 4:38. I mean, we still have time. We can stay up late if it's necessary. You know what? It's fine. It's going to be like a little sleepover night. And we will get this done. But I thought I could quickly show you what I'm learning right now in math. I am in high school in Japan, which I don't know if you guys are curious what that's like, but if you are, I also used to go to a middle school and elementary school in Canada, so quite a bit of differences there. But anyways, right now I'm learning this, which I have no idea what it's called in English. But another little thing is like this. And it's basically just a bunch of questions. The A questions are the easy ones, the B questions are the difficult ones, and every single test for my school is out of this, so they'll just be like, chapter in this chapter will be this midterm, and then so on. And the same for mini tests as well, same for the one that we have tomorrow. I basically have 10 pages, except usually for midterms and end terms, I would do as much as I can into like the B problems, but for mini tests, usually the A problems are all you need to do, since it tests you on like the fundamentals, and then it's like the finals and the midterms are the actual, you know, like do you really understand the topic. So then I technically only have 4 pages to do, which means it should be fine. But I also, like, there's no guarantee that the B problems will be on the test. So, like, if I can, I should, but maybe not. And then I also have chemistry, but that one's really simple. I just have, like, you know, a double-sided page full of questions with a bunch of, like, there's these sentences talking about the thing I'm learning about, and then there's all these blank little boxes, and you basically have to fill it in. But I already have the answers, and the teacher said that the test will be from purely that sheet of paper, which means that I just have to memorize everything, and then, like, that's all there is. So we should be fine. But yeah. Oh yeah, and maybe you're curious about what the biggest differences are between like a more typical Western school and a Japanese school, but first off, we switch years every spring break, which was a big like shock to me. It felt so weird switching every spring break because to me, summer was like, you know, the gap between the years. But no, it's spring break over here. And then what's also interesting is that over in Canada, I had 5 years elementary, 3 years middle school, 4 years high school. Over here, though, we have 6 years elementary, 3 years middle, and 3 years high school. And so it was weird because I graduated middle school and then moved over here. But then when I got here, everyone my age, we were still in the second year of middle school. And so it felt like I went back in time. But yeah, that's a little fact about Japanese high schools. And yes, we do have uniforms. Most schools have very strict rules of like no makeup, no accessories, no dyeing hair, no nails. If your hair is longer than your shoulders, you have to tie them. And yeah, you can only wear what's a part of like the school uniforms. And there was another really annoying rule of, you know, we had our like button-up shirts. We had to button it up all the way to the top, and then we needed to have our ribbons and neckties, which was so annoying because that thing is so tight, it feels suffocating. But this weird thing happened where about a year ago, this new principal came, and it was so sudden. Like our, you know, older principal didn't say anything and just were like gone. And when we came back, all the rules changed, and now we can wear makeup, we can do nails, accessories, we can dye our hairstyle doesn't matter. It's actually crazy, which is why I'm getting so much more into like makeup and hair now, because before it's like if I can't wear makeup to school, there wasn't really any point. Like I wasn't gonna spend that much money and time on something I could only wear over the weekends, you know? But I feel like I've always had an interest in it, and now that I can wear them every day, I'm like putting so much research into it, and I want to make a video about that soon as well. But anyways, yeah. I think I am just procrastinating still. It's now 4:45. We've been chatting. I really should get into this. Okay, yeah. So I will update you when I get through a couple pages. Let me know how you're doing with whatever it is you're doing, because please tell me you've also like procrastinated. Am I the only one? I don't know. It just feels like everyone else has their life all put together and they're able to get things done, and then here I am just hours and hours of procrastinating and then late night studying. Like, sometimes I wonder if it's just me, but it can't be. Like, I'm sure everybody has done that before, right? I think so. But at least if you are also thinking the same, you know that I'm the same as well, so you're not alone. But yeah, I'll come back to you soon, and this time for real, like, I'm gonna get this done, okay? Okay, so I have had dinner, and as you can tell, I took a shower and everything, but guess what? I'm done with chemistry. I have memorized the whole worksheet now, so I think I'm just gonna have to go over it once before bed, and then maybe once more tomorrow morning. But I feel really good about it, except the problem is math. I ended up not really doing much. I did like half a page maybe. So we're really gonna have to lock in. It is currently 10:25. So I really hope we can get it all done by at least 12, maybe 1. 1 is max. Because I've been working so hard to finally get a good sleeping schedule, and I've been doing really good. I really don't want this to ruin anything. Like, I really have to work on my procrastination habits because this is not good. I actually have one more finals coming up, and then that is my last final. It's my finals. And then I go off to college. So that is honestly really scary. But yeah, we're just gonna have to push through with math. I really don't want to do it. Every time I just look at all the problems, I'm just like, I can't. But we're gonna push through. We're just gonna do it. We're just gonna do it. And then we have one more finals, and then we're done with math. I don't think I'm ever gonna touch math ever again. At least like the high school math. You know, up until middle school, I think we should all learn it, but beyond that, I don't think we need any of that. So yeah, that is the update. This is going to be my last and final moment of just like relaxation for today. Just doing skincare. I think skincare and doing my makeup in the morning is one of the most relaxing things, and I really love it, that time to myself. It definitely is not the nicest thing when you're like just being rushed to get ready and you're like, I only have 5 more minutes, I only have 10 more minutes. I think that's one of the worst, but when you're having like a slow morning or a slow afternoon, I really love it. It's just nice to kind of take care of yourself and pamper yourself. I have been really consistent with my lash serum, and it's working so well. My lashes are so much longer than it used to be, but I would love it if it could get more fuller and a lot more longer for sure. So I'm just gonna keep going and see where I get. But I am almost done with this bottle, and I'm debating on buying a new one and trying that out, or to buy this again and keep going. Let me know if you have any lash serum recommendations. I would love to try it out. And then I just finished off with this. I have been obsessed with the Laneige lip sleeping mask ever since I tried it for the first time. And my favorite is the candy cane one. But look, I'm almost out. Has anyone ever finished one of these? Because I've never seen anyone actually like get to the bottom of it. But I'm close. I'm almost there. Okay, so now I'm done with my skincare, so let's get into math. This is our last like few hours of hard work, and then we're done. So yeah, I'll see you right after. So this is the next day after school. I don't really remember where we left off, but I think yesterday I ended up studying until like 12:30. I was able to finish chemistry completely, and then I did about like half of math. And then this morning and throughout school, I actually had 2 rest periods, or like break periods, where I didn't have any class and I could just do my own studies, which I completely forgot about, so that saved me, and I was able to get through all of like the easier questions. But basically the test was 50 minutes long, and it was the exact same paper, exact same format as like our midterm tests. and I'm currently a senior in high school, and basically for seniors we don't have midterm because it's just so we could focus on college applications. But the teacher found this weird loophole where, you know, every teacher is allowed to assign any assignments or mini tests however they want, and he basically said that it was a mini test, but he basically just printed out the same thing as like a midterm test, and then he handed it out and used the full 50-minute, the whole period for the test. And so of course it had all of like the difficult B problems that I didn't do. None of us were prepared for it, none of us knew. I think if he had said that it was going to be 50 minutes, we would have all prepared more, but yeah, I ended up being able to solve pretty much most of like the A problems, but even then it's like only half of the whole test, and then the difficult ones I could not do. Not even a little bit. So I tried to write like just anything, any calculations, because you can get like a little bit of points for that. Usually if you write anything, you'd get like a point. And so I did my best, but obviously I don't even think I reached 50%, which is not very good, but yeah, that's kind of how it went today. And then going back to chemistry, he literally assigned another mini test that is going to happen tomorrow, which I also thought was kind of insane, but I mean, I now know what to expect, so I guess it's fine. But these tests never stop, they never stop coming. I cannot wait to graduate and move on to college and move on to fashion school. I really wanted to film more of like a productive study vlog. I wasn't very productive today, and yesterday was I. And you know, I also wanted to like romanticize it more and kind of go to parks and study in cafes, and I wanted to make it more fun and interesting, and I wanted to show more of the process rather than just like updating you guys. But hopefully, you know, a couple of videos later, I mean, we still do have one finals left, so hopefully I can make a better study vlog by then. But yeah, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you again soon. Bye!
Blue sky come bearing up before us. We hang